Okay, sorry guys, we had to get back. We're still doing episode 1, the premiere of the Indie Spotlight, and I was in the middle of having an interview with our first guest, which was Czarnoble. So hopefully he'll come back into the room and we'll continue to talk, because our second interview actually is about to come into. Okay. I really hope I have my charger, but bear with me. This is my first episode, so yeah. I'm just waiting for everybody that was in my live to come back into the live, because I'm just noticing that Instagram actually only lets you go live an hour at a time. And I'll wave to everybody. Welcome back. I didn't know the time level that you have when you do Instagram live, so it's just an hour. Okay. Now normally the episodes for the Indie Spotlight is just 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. with 2 interviews, 25 minutes apiece. But 2 interviews, 25 minutes apiece. But since it was the premiere, we were going to have 3 interviews, but we're ending up having 2 interviews, which is totally fine. Okay, so I always say that if another guest does not come in time, then the other guests will get a longer period of time to talk. Okay, so I'm just waiting for Czarnoble to come back, and also waiting for our next guest, 100 Proof Haze, to come in. And I'm going to speak with them, or him. So, let's see. Because I did not know that was going to happen. Okay, so everybody came back in. Welcome, welcome. Trying to make this a little bit lighter so everybody can see. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to put you back in and wait for Hayes to come in. Oh, okay. So I didn't know that Instagram only lets you go live for an hour at a time. So normally my interviews will be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and I'll only have 2 interviews that's 25 minutes apiece. But
Okay.
right now we're still talking until Hayes comes in, and then I'll start the interview with him.
Okay.
What were
Okay.
we talking about though?
We were talking about management
Okay.
and we were covering the effect of how artists are still moving through COVID-19, with everything being closed and live performances not being available to everyone.
Right. We were talking about that, and we were talking about the record company doing things behind
Right.
the scenes to make other
Right.
artists gain more stuff. That's why you do need a manager that believes in you.
Absolutely. Because you know where people are like, they'll have a okay. One of the things that I'm gonna tell people that is definitely cap. If you're in a position where you don't have your stuff right with your music, you promote, you don't really have your image together and all like that. And they're just like, yo, we're ready to grab you up. You know what I mean? Yeah, I heard your song and all that. You're like, oh, okay, you heard my music. What song you like? You know, what song is it that you're talking about that you like? Because I bet you they can't even tell you.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? They'll hit you up. A lot of people, they're getting caught in this situation where it's a pay to play. You understand what
What
I'm
is that
saying?
like?
Okay. Um, they'll hit you up and they be like, "Oh, we like your music. We want to work with you." Da 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 da. And then they be like, "DM me." You DM them. Next thing you know, is they want to work with you. Granted, nothing is free, but you gotta realize that people are they're coming, and that you don't have a lot of that stuff together. They're either coming to get something out. They're coming to get money out of you, or they're coming to take advantage. You have artists and be like, oh, okay, boom, I'm with this label. Come, boom, we're gonna fly you out, and you're gonna come to our studio and do 8 hours of studio time, and boom, and everything like that. Yeah, you go do that. You go to their studio. You drop some hits in their studio, but who owns the music?
Mm-hmm.
Who owns the music? They got your shit now.
Right.
Yeah, they got you. You know what I mean? They got your shit now. You ain't got that stuff copywritten. They got the whole machine ready. So as soon as that record spit out, Siri didn't copied all the words, and you know what I mean. They got the lyrics stuff. They done made a couple phone calls. They copyrighted the song, took the credits, and did all that. You don't own that. You don't own nothing to that song. You have yourself in a position where the music is playing, and you're not getting anything from it.
Right.
Like you take Dave Chappelle's situation with his show. The Dave Chappelle show that launched him to a whole another level of stardom. But on the back end, he's not making any money off that show.
Right.
It's to the point where he's making comedy. He's doing shows about not. He's doing shows about not watching his show.
Yeah.
He was like, they're streaming it on HBO Max and all that. He was like, I don't even want anybody to watch it. He was like, when I first went to HBO with the idea, they rejected it. Now they're streaming my stuff, live, making all this money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not giving him none of it. He's not making not a penny more. So you got to know what you're getting into. You can't always be so fat, because I know, the starving artist is real. That's a that term isn't just used loosely. Like, starving artist, sometimes you got to put the time and investment into your career, and sometimes if you don't budget it out and things like that, you got to get financial backing, different things like that, to be able to move your career forward. And the starving artist, sometimes record companies see that kind of stuff. They'll take advantage of it if you're not fully prepared on the business side. Because exactly. on the back end, they be like, oh, I make good music and all that, but do you have your copyrights? Do you is your publishing correct? Do you own your masters? What do you got going on? Because they'll just take that whole situation and they'll use it to their advantage. They'll eat you up and spit you out.
Yeah, I think like the label that I was talking about was not a huge label, but it is true that record labels and parts of the music industry can get your music out to places where you would normally not be able to put your music.
True.
But I must admit, I start to look at the music industry as the machine, the music execs and the shiesty managers and the lawyers. They're just using you as if you are a product, as if you are toothpaste or something like that.
Right.
And they just want the music that you make. They just want the creation that you make. It's not really you. It's like what you're making. And what you have to do is you have to look at yourself as more than an artist, but as an artist, a music person, and someone who does some other things independently on the side, so that you can get the money and the things that you deserve. So you're right about the copywriting and the publishing and the having your business together and the budgeting and the not doing things without your means and stuff like that.
Yeah, because everything, it's all about getting to that point, but also being cost effective. Sometimes you got to be savvy with it. You got to be creative with your advertisement, creative with your promo. Sometimes
in the room yet, did they?
I don't see them.
Okay.
Hold on. You called him? You called him? But you know, sometimes it takes some, some to make things happen. Because all right, sometimes relationship building is of importance too, because you might have someone you could build a relationship, and not to the point where you're getting something for free, but building a rapport with people that provide services and different things like that.
Yeah.
You got to build that relationship. Other than artists being just like, boom, spamming somebody's DM with their music. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not looking at that. Say hi. Say what's up. You know what I mean? Don't, like some stuff. I do advice to certain artists when they're talking to people, when they're trying to connect with people. Know what you're talking about. Know who you're talking
Right.
to. Do your research. It's not going to hurt you to go on their Instagram and look at their pics and see what they're into, or go to their website and take a little notes. You know what I mean? You take little cliff notes. You don't have to have a complete resume, but at least let them know that you're interested and you know what it is that they're doing. So they'll take interest in you. You can't be like, oh, boom, I want you to do that. You'll be talking to them about stuff like, oh, well, do you do this or do you know how to do that? I'm like, damn, bro, you're talking to me and you don't even know what I do or what I'm into, because you would know that already. Like, oh, I heard that mix you did on so and so song or something like that. Something as small as that. Boom, I seen that. I seen I was paying attention to the post you put up. I see you got a program going on your website about music marketing and advertising. I see you got a show going on. Shayrenee 215. I tuned, even if they dove in that joint for 30 seconds. Oh, I seen the interview you did with this person, that person. Build a relationship. Build a rapport. Don't just be like, oh, just hit me up, listen to my music. Who are you? You know what I mean? Like, say
Yeah.
something. I know it was a little wild that we built a rapport before we got to this point.
Mhm.
So it's about relationship building and being able to you gotta be a people person. You're an artist out there. It's a lot of politics, a lot of
Yeah.
shaking hands, kissing babies. You gotta get out there.
You
Yeah.
know, you know what? I spent a long time around a lot of musicians, went on a lot of prestigious auditions, and talked to a lot of people in the back scenes. And people in the music industry stink. And most of them, I can't say all of them, most of them stink. They're very selfish and they're very jealous. And I just want to say to people like stop being jealous, stop hating on each other, and use each other to network with each other and utilize each other, because there's room for everyone. That's the problem. We think a
Yeah.
lot of people in the music industry think there's only one this or one that. That's capitalism. It's not.
Yeah.
So many people, and it's so many different
And
facets of music.
true indeed. And the jealousy. I don't even the thing with the jealousy. And I was talking to my people about this before. I was like, how you can't be. It doesn't make sense for you to be jealous of a person that's in your cipher or around you, to the point where if they're getting ready to make it and you mad at them because you didn't. There's a million motherfuckers that can made it. Excuse my language, before you, and you go and listen to their music. You know what I mean? Oh, you ain't hear that music. Come on, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. We doing music. You know what I'm saying? We're doing music. You know what I mean? Support that. Like, what are you talking about? How you mad at me? Cause I'm about to make it, bro. You my folks. If we thorough and you know that I'm thorough enough, know that nigga, when I go to do this show and all that, you gonna be backstage. When I'm bumping elbows with these people, I'm gonna make sure that you bump elbows with them. I might not be able to put you on exactly, but I'm gonna bring you around the people that I was around. Make sure you got your proper etiquette and you know how to be
See,
around other people.
see that
You
right
know?
there, what you just said, that never, that like, from experiencing, it's nothing like experiencing music from the inside and then going out. Like, like these, like a lot of like people that are like in the industry, people love like talking to me when I was a supporter, when I went to their concerts, when I listened to their music and stuff. But then when
Hmm.
it came time for them to have to respect you as a peer and as like a person in the music business, on the business end, where you're getting ready to, try to go professional with the business aspect of it,
Hmm.
nobody wants to support it. Nobody wants to come there. And that's what makes me really not like, I look at the music industry in a very different light. Like I look at the music industry and people don't really want to see how I look at the music industry. But I'm a decent person. But I'm just
Now,
there to talk about the actual like grittiness and the deceitfulness and the lies and all those things. Like, yeah, I'm going to do this and that certain type of thing. And to know somebody for 4 years and to have them do the things that they've done. I don't hold it against them, but I
oh,
mean, it was snake shit.
bud, hit them comments.
Huh?
I'm telling you, mixed by bud, the studio that we were discussing. He just joined. He just joined in on the live, so I was telling him to hit the comments. Do his, promote his thing on there
Oh,
because we
okay,
were just
okay.
talking about him and brought him up. Yeah, he joined the live, so definitely, bud. We were just talking about your studio, bro. Any information that you want to put up, how they can get in contact you or anything like that, throw that
Sure,
down in
yeah,
the
sure. Put
comments.
your comments, put your comments and put your information there. And I'm going to talk about before we like wrap up everything, like around 8:25, 8:30, I'm going to
Hmm.
talk about um the performances that you're having, and I'm going to talk about Chuck's Alibi.
Okay.
Um You're going to tell me again about what performances are happening at Chuck's Alibi and what is the date so that everybody can, get the tea or whatever on there so that they can know that they're going to go there and then, you know.
Okay. Um, the performance is February 13th. Kawhi and Only the Key will be performing. The performance is at Chuck Alibi's. I think you have the address.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you the
I
address to it.
okay. Yeah. So we're doing that. And I want people to, stay tuned with everything that we got going on because we're moving around. We definitely want to network with other artists. We definitely want to network with producers, studios, media, everything like that. Let me say I appreciate it and I thank you for even considering me to be on your platform and to interview with you. You know what I mean? It's an honor and a pleasure.
Awesome.
So you know,
That's great. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad because I need to like people really just need to look at like their music industry as a family, even though, you have disagreements with your family too, but to look at them as a family and that it's very
right,
important for people at this time when a lot of major places is shut down where they can reiterate and support
right.
what is around them and what they could be using. Okay. And it's weird because the face of the music industry actually could be changed if it went from a capitalistic thing because music is such a capitalistic thing and there's so many different businesses, entities, managers, and people that are even non-music that are influencing music now and making it the way they are. The machine.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
It
yeah, go ahead.
it's funny that you mentioned that because even the name the blockchain music group LLC it the name root even comes out of the financial realm. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Blockchain has something to do with cryptocurrency and things like that. So, but those things are affecting the music market too.
Yeah,
A
because
lot of things are affecting the music.
I literally told people, I'm sorry if you're a musician, um, you really don't need this to live. You might feel like you do, but you really don't need this service to live. So what you need to do is actually learn how to support what's around you so that the machine can have a wrench put in it, the huge machine,
Right.
and it can have a wrench put in it, and it comes down to a point where music is socialistic, where it becomes like socialism, it can literally happen now if people actually like went on and supported what they're supposed to be supporting. Like the power that these businesses and stuff have, they wouldn't have it if they actually just reiterated and re-supported what's there.
Okay, let me we got Red Caddy. Red Caddy just joined the live. Red Caddy, throw something in the comments. Now, the show at Chuck Alibi's that Kawhi and Only the Key will be performing at is going to be brought by it's sponsored by Red Caddy Management. It's brought by Red Caddy Management and Boothwork Studios.
So shout out to Red Caddy Management and what studios?
It's breaking up a little bit, but yeah, Red Caddy Management. That's who's throwing the event at Chuck Alibi's. It's
okay. So
the music's going to be powered by Glockaware Radio.
Okay. So shout out to Glockaware Radio, Red Caddy Management, and your studio that the person that was in the studio. Okay, mixed by Bud, right? That's one of your producers in the studios that you use. So what I also want you to say again was the date to the place on Chuck's Alibi, because I can never remember the date. So February 12th.
Oh, signal seems to be.
Oh shit.
Be messing up. Let me see.
Is it February 12th?
If I can get back, come back.
Damn.
In.
Oh shit. Is it February 12th?
Let me see.
Can you see me? Oh. Okay. So right now, we're having a little bit of like internet difficulties, but we'll wait until Czarnoble comes back in and finishes and wraps up his interview with me. But hold on, what is it? The request to live video. I'm sorry, hold on. I need to look at this. One other sent a request to be in a live video. Okay, who's gonna request? I think I did this right. I hope I'm doing this right. I'm not trying to do this wrong. Hope I'm doing it right. Okay, because this is my first time talking to someone else. Okay, there we go.
I think I'm back.
Okay, so the performance at Chuck's Alibi, located at 7301 Oxford Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19111, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And what's the date?
So
what's the date? The 12th?
Oh no, it's February 13th.
Okay, February 13th. That's a Friday or Saturday?
The 13th. I think that's a Saturday.
Okay, so it's a Saturday.
Pretty sure.
So
I have to look at the.
Go do their thing. So everybody will be.
No, it's February 13th.
Okay, so February 13th. Everybody will be.
I'd have to look at the.
I'll just pull up.
All the information is on my Instagram on my Instagram on the flyers that are posted up on my Instagram. All the information is on there.
So February the 13th on a Saturday from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. You see Kawhi, your artist Kawhi.
7 to 11 p.m.
Okay, and Only the Key will be performing there at Chuck's Alibi.
Now, if it sounds a little, with me responding, if it sounds a little weird, it's because it's still a little choppy on my end.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Still like skitzing out on my end.
Okay. All right. So
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about the next live performance you guys are having with Kawhi and Only the Key at Chuck's Alibi. It's 7301 Oxford Avenue in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on February the 13th, which is a Saturday from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. So I know y'all be off work and somebody gonna want to get their drink on and they party on. So that sounds kind of fun right there. So my guest has been, we're having a little technical difficulties, but that pretty much wraps up the first episode of the Indie Spotlight. Thank you so much for joining. And if you Oh, no. Let me see. I don't want to just like end it on the time. Okay.
Is our signal a little better?
It's a little messed up. Look, the signal is a little bit, but probably 'cause, like you outside or whatever like that.
Let me see. Is it better on your side?
Well,
Let me see. Hey, can you hear me?
yes.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come off of here, and I'm gonna request to join from Kawhi's Instagram. His signal is a little bit better. Okay.
Okay. And then yeah, we'll talk about the performance again and then we'll wrap up the interview. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just waiting to okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So oh no, so I'm sorry. You're with the artist that's going to be performing from 7 to 11 that's going to be performing on the 13th.
Yes.
Um can
Yes.
can I say a couple things to him?
Yeah. You want to talk to him? Oh,
Can he? Oh, I'm sorry. Is he if he's driving then no.
no.
I'm got that
We about
confused
to
a little bit.
Wait.
Well,
I
anyway,
got you. Here you go. Right here. I'm coming.
I, um
Oh shit. My fault, gang.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hi, so you're the art, so you're going to be performing at Chuck's Alibi, right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And where can anybody? So your name is Kawhi, and what platforms is your music already on?
It's on all platforms, even Shazam.
So Shazam,
Every
Spotify, Apple,
Spotify,
iTunes.
Apple Music, SoundCloud, Tidal, like you name it. You name it on all platforms.
Okay, okay. And
Okay.
so before I wrap up, before I wrap up this interview, this could have been like almost like a double interview, but I can always do more stuff. But um before I wrap up the interview, Czarnoble, you can tell me where I can find everything at again, and then I'll wrap up the interview.
Okay. You can follow the Instagram at Czarnoble. I'll throw that in there. Wait, damn, bro. What? This iPhone shit. I put it in. Yeah, we about to put it. We about to put in all this the information. Oh shit. That's wrong. No, his information is in my bio. His at name is in my bio. Everything is in my bio, is in a bio. Yeah, but you follow me at Czarnoble, CZARNOBLE. Also in my bio. Name also in my bio.
All right.
And you can find the artist Kawhi, Only the Key, 100 Proof Haze. They're on all platforms. Yeah, for sure. So definitely, y'all go follow them. If y'all need any promotion, anything like that, even considering management or anything, consultation, definitely I want hit me up.
Okay.
Do
Yeah,
that.
they can hit you up to manage. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple resources that we're dealing with that can help artists move along to the next level. So as far as with their promotion and music management, and as far as getting everything correct on the paperwork side of things, because you might have a hot song and
Sure.
you want it to be on the radio, but if you don't have the licenses and you don't have the copyrights and all that stuff, they're not even gonna mess with you. Because they're, what I mean, if you don't have your BMI and all that, because if they're, they have they got a license to play your music. If your music isn't able to be licensed, they're not gonna play your music. So any major station or any major platform that you're trying to fool with, your paperwork has to be right. Your stuff has to be right. If it's not right, you're not even. They're just gonna be like, oh, dude, I love your song. Send it over. Oh, you don't have this. You don't have that. we can't really play that joint. Get back to us when you can. And that might when you get all that, by that time, you know, that hype didn't pass. And you didn't miss out on the opportunity because your stuff wasn't right.
Cool. All right. Well, that wraps up the end of the interview the interview with Czarnoble. Okay. We were supposed to have 3 interviews tonight, but 2 of our guests were not able to make it. Okay. Thank you. Good night. Thanks for coming past, and see you guys later. Thanks, everyone.
Peace.